All right. Number one, I'm very curious about what businesses of yours have gotten hurt by the Chinese controversy.
We just signed a deal with a company that
Yeah.
makes large equipment, so treadmills, exercise bikes, row machines, saunas, cold plunges. So we just inked it. Super excited for the partnership. Jillian's going to be working with this company.
Right.
Yay. And then they're like, we need to put a pin in this for at least 90 days. We've got to relocate all manufacturing over to Vietnam. And they're significantly concerned, obviously, about the cost of goods and passing that on to the consumer. And it's like a chaos now. Then another company, a supplement company, just had an entire shipment returned. And it has to do apparently with the plastic bottles that are made over in China to hold the supplements. And it's like, we don't even know why. I just heard this morning that a shipment got sent back for packaging. And it's like, okay, so we're not going to hit the numbers this month because we're going to have to not run ads and we're going to have to only give the product to subscribers because we lost all the packaging. And that's just 2 companies already. I don't even know why that happened, by the way. I just got that sort of like, hey, heads up, we're going to need to have a call about this afternoon. So,
well, you can assume that anything coming in from China is going to be held up because it's economic war. It's a war. So Xi, the president of China, goes to Malaysia, Vietnam, and Cambodia. He's there now as we speak. So the problem with that is that those people have no money in any of those countries. They can't buy any Chinese stuff. There's no Walmart in Ho Chi Minh City. Okay?
Yeah.
So he's doing it for show. He's going, yeah, we're going to sell our stuff other places. The Trump people go ahead. See how that works out. They're already closing plants in China, which you have to understand about the Chinese people, 1.5 billion of them. So they don't have any money either because the communists don't allow you to have money.
Okay.
Everything is collective. The government controls everything. So you can't have a Roth IRA. Okay, maybe you can have a little gold that your grandfather gave you snuck in the wall, but that's it. You start to close down where people are making the yuan for making the shirts and the hats and the sneakers. You start to close that down and they're not making their money, you're going to have a hard time eating. Okay, so that place is very vulnerable. We can hold out over here, they can't over there. And they got nowhere to sell these trinkets because Australia ain't going to take it. EU's not going to take it because if they do take the Chinese stuff, who gets angry at them, Jillian?
Trump.
Who?
Trump does. And he's punitive, right?
Trump does.
Got it.
Okay?
Yep.
You got it.
I see.
So even India, all right, the most populated country in the world, huge consumer base, they're not going to take Chinese stuff. They're making their own T-shirts and hats. They're not taking it. So China puffs up. They're very, very weak. So that's why I think there is going to be a summit and they'll come to a deal. And hopefully that'll calm down not only the trade tariff front, but everything else. And if that happens, part of that deal will be you don't help bad Vlad in Ukraine. That'll be part of that deal. You see the big macro picture going on? Trump is trying to reorder the world.
Right.
He's trying to punish our enemies economically, which we have the power to do. But in the meantime, Americans are getting hurt.
I see. Yep, I got it. How much, I get no pain, no gain. How much pain is too much pain? What is the tipping point here? Because right now, I feel great after talking to you. I feel confident. I'm not selling. I'm writing it out, so on and so forth. But you have warned that we could have done this at a slower pace, a bit more strategically, and that the worst could potentially happen. Is there a pain point for him, or what is that pain point? Where do you see this going totally south, in other words?
Well, he's already reached the pain point on the bond market, which was going south fast, and then he paused the tariffs for 90 days. That's why he paused them.
I see. Okay.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And make sure to let me know what guests you want to see on in the future.